face and not, like, the right title card. There we go. The Nobles.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Alright, what do we have tonight? Well, I don't need this card anymore. Morty. Well, I killed that person in the interim. No, I'm kidding.
we gotta save the princess, Morty.
Morty.
Then
She's
what
cursed,
else
Morty.
am I missing?
Please, guys, I don't think I have enough power to cleanser.
Stop.
I will say we are missing a person.
Oh, we are not. I thought I covered that earlier.
He
He wasn't here.
Oh, okay. Due to situations outside of her control, Ryan is not able to play with us on Saturday night anymore. So, she has left the campaign.
Or running theory, it was the monkey paw's wish that got me to come back.
Yeah. If things change up for her and she is not forced to work night shift, I told her she's welcomed in the future to come back. So,
She gonna join one of the other groups?
No, because all the groups meet on the nights of the weekend except for the gladiators. So, which is still the afternoon.
So what you're saying is she's joining the gladiators.
No.
If only. All right.
You saw her character.
Let's see. The 21st Noble. That's the information I needed. Is it the... No, it's not the 21st of Noble. Yeah, I was going to say it's the 22nd of Noble. Alright.
In the recap.
Yeah, that's
I just
what
saw-
I was looking for. What's up,
I
Anthony?
just saw the picture Taylor put on about Pop-Tart alignment chart, and I'm upset there's no cherry in any of them.
Mhm. Let's see. We'll go with this for music tonight. All right. Welcome to the
Sorry,
Ilderon
I'm having a
Tales.
real squirrel day. I'm having a real squirrel moment tonight.
They infect us all at some point. Welcome to the Ilderon Tales. This is the Nobles, episode 3 of Saga 1 of their campaign. We are playing Dungeons and Dragons tonight. And everything you're going to see tonight is live storytelling. I want everybody to be aware I am recovering from sickness and I am hyped up on cold medicine. So just give my pronunciation a pass for tonight. It's never good, but tonight it might be particularly bad as I cough most of the way through it. Also, if you're under the age of 14 and you're watching this, please consult your parents before proceeding, as you'll see content that's not appropriate for you. And if you are interested in the world of Ilderon, you can learn more at the wiki, simply Google searching Ilderon Tales, or looking in the description of this video. There's a link to the website, the wiki, and a bunch of other stuff. I'm wondering if I need to say anything more. Nothing that's immediately relevant right now, so cool. Let's see. We've been starting this with trivia.
Yes.
Let's find a good trivia question for tonight.
Ooh.
Wait, you have one, Rob?
I have a question.
Okay, ask
Who's
it.
Who's the current leader of Heimsdale?
Who's the current leader of Heimsdale? Ooh, I can answer that. Well, I guess that's how we'll start this. Who's the current leader of Heimsdale? It's a lady. She is the daughter of the last king, and I think her name's Paulina. Paulina Rubystone. And
Rubystone makes sense. I don't know about the Paulina.
yeah. Anyways, it was the daughter of the former king. She has been groomed to become the leader of Heimsdale since the day she was born, which had been 30 to 40 years in the making before her father finally passed away. King Yorvin Rubystone was one of the oldest, as far as in their lifespan, rulers of Ilderon. He had been in power for something crazy of 60 plus years. before he finally died. All right, probably shouldn't blow my nose on.
Leaders.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's impressive. Most leaders die after like 10 or so years,
Yeah.
Yeah.
usually by being murdered.
By someone else.
King Rubystone was really good at what he did and exemplifying the ideals of his nation. So he was able to be secure in his power for a good long time. That isn't to say there aren't other political forces in Heimsdale that want the monarchy, but Heimsdale's like one of the only, I guess, or one of the few traditional kingdoms inside of Ilderon of, the throne is passed down through family line. So, very few chances for political mobility inside of that nation. Anyways, let's jump into the recap for tonight. Does anybody want to recap last session from their character's perspective? Alright, I will handle it. Alright, so last session started on the 21st of Noble. The party had just escaped Reyna and Corwin dueling in the dead of night. Corwin created a distraction, allowing for the party to whip their horses and flee as fast as possible away from the dueling archmages. The horses whipped into a frenzy, took the party all the way to the outer streets of Somar Villa, and Claw was able to get the horses to a stop outside of an inn, the name of which escapes me, but I will remember before it becomes relevant again. From there, the party decided to all go inside and get some rest for the night, particularly because Asuandra was out of spell slots and couldn't move throughout society without drawing attention to herself. Heading inside of the inn, the party was discussing ways to stop Reyna and Corwin from just simply finding the party and dragging them to whatever plots they wanted. And the decision was made to acquire more of the special necklaces, the amulets of proof against detection and location. The magical necklaces is one already that Asuandria is wearing, and the party agreed to buy more of them for the members of the party that were seen by Reyna. The magical necklaces would prevent scrying on any of those people. The next question of funding came up, and as the party was deciding on what to do about funding, there was a young noble girl by the name of Daphne inside of the inn that they went in. She was arguing with her bodyguard, and the bodyguard ripped up his contract and left. The noble girl, after hearing that she had paid the bodyguard quite a bit to guide her and protect her towards the capital, Asuandria marched up to her and offered the protection of the 6 party members to the noble girl in exchange for the money that she was paying the guard. She agreed to it and gained 6 new bodyguards. From there, the party split up for the night. Well, didn't split up for the night. Got rooms and divvied up who was sleeping in which room. Basically, so that the people who could be scryed on were away from Asuandria, and everybody who couldn't be scryed on was in a different room. The party slept for the night and headed out in the morning. In the morning, they found Corwin inspecting the carriage that they had abandoned. Corwin saw Asuandria, and something about Asuandria triggered something in Corwin's mind. Corwin remembered she had seen Oro a month prior, and Oro, being Asuandria's long-lost father, that she has not seen in, I think, in upwards of 12 years, question mark. Didn't...
question mark abandonment? Question mark?
Yeah, Asuandria did not believe her. Corwin shrugged it off and told the party a general direction of where they could find Oro. and mentioned that he had a wife. Moving on about their business, the party then sold the gifts that they had bought Osuandria the day prior for extra gold, used the money Daphne gave them to buy amulets of proof against detection, distributed them to the people who could be scryed upon, and then went to the Niatin Manor to investigate why Glacius Niatin wanted to kill Osuandria. After doing a little bit of investigating, they found out that Glacius Niatin had a conversation with Lieutenant Marlena Bertolf, a lieutenant of Nazaram, and the grandmother of Osuandria and the mother of Ariana Bertolf. And I say mother and grandmother with quotation marks. From there, they found that Marlena is calling on influential lords to call the councils of leagues together, so that Ardor can have an opportunity to pick a new magnate. If this was to happen, all the leagues would need to agree to convene, and then just like how Ariana was elected, since this isn't a High Council appointment, any candidate would have to claim a certain guiding star would appear, and then if it appears, it's kind of a show that it's time for new leadership inside of Ardor. But in order for any of this to get started, Marlena needs the approval of all of the vice administrators of the different councils and leagues. From there, determining that Marlena had shared too much intimate information with Glacius Niatin in order to get his support, Osuandria believed that Glacius Niatin, the son, didn't have any further vendetta against her. In all of this kerfuffle of going back and forth and gaining entry to the manor and access to this information, Daphne, their new employer, presented an oath blade to Glacius Niatin, and the two are courting now, officially, as they have been courting in the past. From there, once reconvened with the rest of the party agreed to go and look for Oro before they returned to the castle. And in order to find Oro, they followed up on their only lead available, which was the Archmage Corwin Linsong. They found her sleeping at the tavern. Corwin had more of Corwin's memory came back as she tried to recall why she had seen Oro or where he was and what he was doing. And she remembered she had a vendetta against Oro's wife. Oro's new wife. And that the wife was responsible for wiping Corwin's memory. She told them that she would see Oro and his wife, or Oro and his family once a month, and that she believed he lived in a place called Firtar Village or Firtir Village. From there, the party was able to track down that the village was a few hours west of Somar Villa, left to go find Oro, found him. However, as Oro had stated that he had dreamt of Osuandria's face, he did not know who she was. Osuandria was disheartened by this, and Oro's daughter, Maria, came up and called to him. Maria looked almost exactly like a younger version of Lumilia's mom. All of this was very confusing to the party until the mind mage that they were looking for, Danaganya, revealed herself. And, oof, that's weird. Danaganya revealed herself and revealed to the party that Oro's mind had been altered and everybody's mind. Oof. Okay, that's weird. Everybody's mind had been altered. Somebody is dying outside my door. Give me 1 second.
I was about to say, is a violent crime happening
Yeah.
outside
Sound good.
You guys good?
Yeah, we're good.
Oh,
We're trying to
okay.
break some.
Alright.
What? Okay then.
Just trying to break
It's like
it.
it's our local neighborhood murderer.
Yeah, I guess the door jammed
Just like,
outside. So.
Fantasy, I know it's Saturday, but can you tone it down?
Yeah. Anyways, let's see. That stuff happened. And I think that's... Oh no, Danaganya revealed. Aswandria is cursed. She wasn't diseased. She was cursed, and the curse is not cured. Danaganya was used to work for head diviner Rael, and when Rael left, she started working for Reyna, and they had her alter the memories of all of the Magnate's knights to think that they had cured Aswandria. And where Corwin comes into all of this, Corwin was a part of a strange death cult that was ridiculously difficult to get rid of. And the Magnate had captured, or rather the Magnate's forces had captured Corwin. But Oro knew that she would eventually be killed, or an assassin would come, and that she would pop up someplace else in the world, as that was customary for this circle of followers. Rather than allowing that to happen, Oro went to Danaganya and said he would give her anything in order to ensure his daughter's safety, and have the Corwin's mind completely erased and scrambled. Doing so, Danaganya agreed to do so, and they dumped Corwin in a nowhere village away from any clerics or sages in the northern mountains. And when the time came to exact a price, Danaganya decided to take Oro for herself. When they did this, the final little thing that needed to be clarified, Corwin had kidnapped a child before the knights had found her, and was raising the child as her own. They don't know where she kidnapped the child from, but that child is Maria. And Danaganya and Oro decided to raise the girl as their own. And I think that catches us up on everything. Did I miss anything?
None except Danaganya is a bitch.
That is fair. I think the last note inside of the recap is that... Oh no, I'm sorry. The second note is that the Mind Mage is crazy. Alright, so let's start there for the evening. It is the 22nd of Noble. It is the afternoon going into the evening. Oro and his family are inside of the house. The party has gone towards the stables, where old man, I forgot his name. I don't know if I actually ever did give him a name.
Old man
Jenkins.
Old man Jenkins had the carriage ready and waiting for the Osawins. No, if you guys remember, there was a person who the Osawins hired to, tend to the stables. So Stradora had hid her brass knuckles on the carriage, and the party has retrieved their 4 horses from the stable. I am going to say we can pick up right there unless you guys want to time skip forward. But I feel like it's kind of important to learn where you guys are going.
Where are we going? That's a great question.
All right, so let's pick up there. You guys are outside the stables, inside of the town square of, let's see, Fiertar Hamlet. That is the name of it. You are mounted up in front of the well, and it's around this point the rune, or rather not the rune, the charm person has faded off of Ossuandria, as Daphne has, as Daphne's spell had ended. She charmed Ossuandria in order to stop her from strangling Maria over things that are covered in the recap.
Over, the father stealing and all that.
Well, I want to say it's stealing.
What else would you call it?
Abducting.
Well, Maria didn't
Like what we
steal
did with
him.
her.
Ossuandria is going to look towards Daphne and say, I am having unpleasant emotions right now, and I do not like how they feel. I do not think it is right to cast magic like that alters somebody's emotions.
Have you never been mad before?
Daphne is going to say, look, I'm sorry, but you attacking her like that, we could have all died back there.
I don't like her either. I want her dead as well, but I don't think we can take on someone her level as we are right now.
Ossuandria is going to look towards Stradora and say, this is a little new to me. I had quite a loving upbringing. And she'll just brush back her hair and say, I'm sorry.
No, get mad. You should be mad.
Just channel those feelings towards someone who deserves it.
You know.
Those feelings are good for violence. Something that we'll be doing a lot of.
Woman stole your dad.
She's going to look back towards the Ossuin house on the far side of Fiertar, and the Ossuins are, walking along the road, through the town square towards, the stables. And she's just kind of peering at them and says, I want to trample them. That's not a good thought, is it?
Not necessarily, but it's understandable. I'm sure if your mom was here, she'd be feeling the exact same.
Actually, I'm pretty sure if her mom was here, she'd already have this sword to her throat.
Speaking of the magnate, should we go inform her of her husband's whereabouts?
I still don't like the concept of talking to her.
Ossuandria.
Well,
I'll be honest, no offense to your mom, but your mom scares me.
There's a very good chance we will meet up with her. She wants whatever search party she's gonna after Princess Aussie here tries to get finally gets to us.
Ossuandria is gonna look at Anderson and say, she's not that scary. The party was the first time I ever saw her behead someone. Besides, she's gonna look back at the Ossuins getting into their carriage and says, there'll be dust in the wind once they leave this village. I doubt she's going to leave any type of trail for us to find.
You'd be amazed at what people can do when they really need to track someone.
I don't suppose you have any experience in that?
As a matter of fact, my family is, well, my father is apparently someone who the magnates trust rather well if there's someone in particular that's really difficult to track down. That being stated, I'm more of afraid of if the magnate sends my father after trying to track it down more so than Reyna.
Well, can we address the fact this is all well and good, but we are, we're not going to be welcome with open arms right away when we get back. You realize that, right, guys?
Oh no, we're not.
I
There's a
know.
very good chance we'll be in jail.
Claw, wasn't your father in the last town we visited? Perhaps we could tell him first.
Oh, that might be a good idea, but I don't know how soon the guards would be and whether or not we would encounter one of the magnate's guards looking for Aussie or my father first. Although I don't live too far away from the town itself, although it might be a bit confusing at first when we try to get there. But maybe
As you guys are talking,
Can we assume we're walking while we're doing this?
Well, yeah, you can if you want. But Asuandria has not moved from the market square. And she looks like she's in thought before she kind of like zones back into the conversation and says, yes, I don't think I plan on going back to the castle anytime soon. You've all lived outside of the castle before, right?
I'm not even from this country.
I've never been to
I live in the
before.
capital, but I don't live in a castle.
So how Daphne hired all of you to protect her? Do people do like the opposite of that?
exist.
You mean hurt people?
An assassin?
Only to important people.
That's not true.
That's
No,
not true
you're,
at all.
no, you're right. They're not
That's
important people too.
definitely
I
Mom's the reason I don't have any cousins. You don't know any of them.
Also, Andrea's gonna say, okay, can I have a horse and I'll catch back up with you all inside Sombar Villa?
Absolutely not.
I
No.
don't think we should
No,
leave you
princess.
You're in a pretty emotional state right now.
Oh, I was just thinking like we're still in unknown territory.
That
Well,
Plus, how many more times can you disguise yourself today?
She'll brush a hand and say, as long as I get a little rest in, I'll be fine. But she looks back towards the abandoned Asuan house and says, I have an idea.
no.
What is the idea?
No.
What's your
Oh.
idea?
And she's going to look at Claw and say, well, like Claw was saying, tracking. Once they're gone, they're going to be gone. We could go to the house, grab something with some sort of scent on it, and then let's buy some bloodhounds. Find where they go, and whenever we get there, we hire somebody to...
I mean, I
she
don't mean
picks
to
up
be.
her book and kind of swings it down a little. Donna Ganya and Then she shrugs and says, then we run.
I
And what will that do for your father?
also, this is a professional.
I'm not sure anyone we hire would be able to kill her.
Do we have
Not,
a way of contacting people long distance?
not me. At least not effectively.
Not me either.
Yeah, Raina, also Andrew is going to shake her head and say, no, Raina was teaching me illusion and, mind magic, and now I see why, but I didn't know anything that strong yet.
If it makes you feel any better, we can meet in the middle, Princess. We can go try and find an object that might be able to help someone in my family who is good at tracking. If we at least be able to formalize a plan of when we are ready and when everything is, we are strong enough to handle her, then we can go after her father. But we first need to be able to make sure that we're safe and able to get strong enough to do so.
The Osawans have loaded up on their carriage, and they're pulling out of town, going south, or southwest, which is going to bring their path right back near, or right past you all. As the carriage is pulling through the square, it stops for a moment, and the window of it's going to open. In it, you see Donaganya, and she's going to say, Princess, I warned you of what's out there and what's coming after you. As a courtesy, and almost a small little I'm sorry. I'm doing you a favor in not wiping your mind. However, keep my name off of the winds. And I won't come back and erase what I've shared with you. Also, Andrew is going to say, oh, I wish you would come back. Come back and do the dumb talking with your mouth.
Like pat her on the shoulder. Like,
Donaganya's
good try.
going to chuckle a little and say, no, but that warning's for real. I took special care to wipe myself clean of the palace records. Again, I'll know if people come asking about me, and there's only 2 people who know, Corwin and you. Guess where I'll start.
Hey, wasn't Oro given his payment for wiping Corwin's memory?
Are you asking her that?
No, but
No.
If Corwin has her memories back, that deal should be off.
That's not how it works.
I know, but I wish.
Donaganya is going to close the window, and the carriage starts bumbling southwest.
I like that she forgot about the rest.
No, we're not important.
Oh no, we're not.
Well, if you guys go spreading it, just coming after you too. Presumably it starts with the princess, though.
Presumably it starts with the princess. I'm just gonna go over here, take a side road, spread some word,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Split up and spread it everywhere.
Just like
Princess didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
it's like you can't catch everyone.
Being petty because she didn't acknowledge us.
As she pulls away, Anderson's going to look at the others and say, Well, if she's that determined or that threatening us with that, maybe it'd be prevalent for us to jot down everything we learned, so that way if we do have our minds altered, there's at least records of it.
But where are we gonna put those records?
Well, you all thinking that. I'm going to sniff around a little bit, and he's going to head up back to the building that they left, that the Mind Mage left from.
Before you do, let's see. There are 7 of you and 4 horses. You guys are all 2 on 2 on horses, except for, I think, Daphne. Daphne has her own.
There's 8 of us.
Yeah, there was 8 because the princess.
Oh, okay, yeah, 8 of you. Okay, so everybody's 2v2 on horses. Who is on Claw's horse?
Probably me, because I don't think I know how to ride.
Alright, Lumilia is heading towards the house with Claw.
Sure.
Okay.
Aswandra is going to tap Stradora and point towards the house and say, let's go with them. It was my idea.
Okay.
Alright. Stradora and Lumilia. Stradora, Lumilia, Claw, and Aswandra head towards the abandoned house.
I mean, I guess I've got nothing better to do.
Let's go and grab the horse.
We might as well all
there.
go.
Okay. Alright, so heading back up to the abandoned farmhouse. You guys were just here moments prior. The door has, been locked shut. However, nobody's in here. Peering through what you can, one of the windows has shutters over it. Another one has a blanket thrown in the inside, or rather a cloth thrown in the inside, blocking view. Wouldn't take very much to assume no one is here, though.
I mean, I guess we just break down. We just break it down.
Or if there's anybody here who is capable, can you attempt to see if there's any kind of magic on the door?
I'll detect magic on the door. I can do that.
Let's see. I'm gonna roll your percentage die.
Okay.
How thorough was she?
There is magic on the door.
Oh.
Oh, that spell lasts for more than a minute. Check the windows.
Well, you can also determine what kind of magic, like a skull.
Do you use your action to determine the school of magic?
Sure.
It's part of the action. I think it's just part of the detecting.
It is.
No,
part
it
of
is
the
not.
detecting.
Um,
I'm pretty sure it is.
No, you have to use an action to determine the.
Well, I mean, we're not in combat, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm telling you now. I'm looking up the spell. Arcane. It is abjuration magic.
Looks
I'm
at
not
us,
very
Andrea,
familiar
as
with
the
that.
only arcane mage in our group.
Like, what does that mean?
Let's see. Aswandria is going to get off of the horse, inspect the door. She'll tug on it before making an Arcana check. Why is this
they're all
rolling
doing.
to just me? For some
While they're
reason,
doing that-
my rolls are only going to DM, so I think roll 20's bugged. What's up, E?
While they're doing that, I'm gonna check the grounds for like any wood cutting axe or anything that could possibly be used that they might have left behind and dropped around the perimeter of the house.
Okay.
And that would be an investigation check.
Yeah. Let's see. Never whisper rolls, and it's still only rolling to me. Have you guys seen any of the rolls I made?
No.
Cool.
The only rolls I see are the ones I was testing before the session.
Okay, I don't know what's going on with Roll20, but it's only rolling to me no matter what I set on somebody's sheet. So I will inform you guys of any rolls that are relevant, but they'll be on stream later. Okay, so Andrea made the Arcana check, which was garbage. And she's going to she's gonna then say, yes, it seems there's an enchantment on the door, perhaps reinforcing it. Maybe we should try the window.
Goes to the window.
To the windows. To the walls.
The window is locked.
But
Okay, but does it have magic?
No,
And
it
it
is-
lasts for a minute, so she still has it.
No, it lasts for 10 minutes, but no, it is not magical.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
we break
We're
that.
taking the window.
You miscreant kids.
So we
Yeah,
do
we are.
throwing something at it. We throwing
We're
ourselves
magical
at it.
teenagers.
I just pull out my axe and I smash it.
Alright. You are able to do so.
Like, do I even bother with a check, or are we just going?
No, you're able to smash your axe against glass. I mean, I can roll you a check if the glass goes anywhere and hits anyone. You're good. Alright, so let's see. E. Looking around for, looking around anything that they left behind outside, there are going to be like a couple spools of rope, a couple barrels of tools that have been left, like a emptied trough that's been tilted upside down. As far as anything that would be like heavy with like scent, though, you're not going to find anything. Then inside the house, who's going in?
I'll go in.
I'm gonna clamber over.
Okay. Yeah.
Only because Alessandria's gonna clamber over. And I feel like I need to make sure that she can get in fine because she's an adorable cinnamon roll with like 8 strength.
Hey, 9.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
My mistake.
Alright. Filing into the house, everybody is able to get in. You were just here before. There's a large, it's a one floor house. There's a large bedroom. It seems most of the stuff has been like turned over. A kitchen and dining room smashed together, the foyer with the living room. And then either like a small closet or a small bedroom that probably was Maria's. I will say you guys can just give me one investigation check, and whoever decides to roll it can roll it with advantage.
Not me.
Unless you
Minus
guys want to just everybody split up in a different area and, roll for
I don't know.
something,
Do we want to
but
do like one?
I got a +3.
all you guys need
That
is
one.
literally anything.
I have a -1, so not me.
Go,
Also
Anthony,
-1.
roll.
What's advantage?
Take it on the
Oh, wait,
lead on this.
I put my hand on him and cast guidance.
Okay.
Give him guidance.
You get a D4.
Plus a D4.
Oh, wow. That's such a good roll for this level. Yeah.
No, plus a D4.
Hold on.
That,
I
wait.
had advantage. Thank God I had the advantage. And a
You don't have
D4.
any bonuses when you roll the D4.
Yeah. So
Alright.
it's 20.
So, you are going to be able to go into the bedroom. You find most of everything that would have been personal here has been, tossed over, taken, and exited. However, the linens that were on the bed are still there. You're able to cut a large strip of it off. And that would have Oro and Donaganya's smell on it. And I'll say you're able to actually find a cloak in the small room that likely belonged to Maria. The total weight of those objects, I'll say 2 pounds. The cloak, the cloth weight is negligible. The cloak weighs 2 pounds.
Okay.
And you can put that down as Aswin bed sheet and then Maria cloak. And let's see. Let's roll for a color of this cloak. Is it outlandish or is it? It's a nice dark. It's a nice dark burgundy cloak that you find.
Oh, I feel like a lot of emphasis is being put on this cloak.
It's one of 2 things we got.
Yeah.
I know, but it's like
Okay, I'll roll for the color.
Magic.
I'll roll for the color of the sheets. The sheets are a golden yellow.
There we go with the lemons.
Anarchy.
They clearly didn't like the lemon, so they decided to burn it down.
Smart.
Well, they leave a sour taste in your mouth.
Do they know who we are? No, we're not going to do that whole thing.
So Daphne
found,
is going to speak up and say, "So bloodhounds now?"
Claw.
We
Not
need the bloodhound when we have a claw.
Not
I'm actually looking at you.
Well, no, I
This fantasy racism be noted as real.
yeah, not necessarily bloodhound. As I said, we need to make sure that we're at least strong enough to handle her.
There's
Before-
8 of us!
That means very little.
That means very little when the magnate's personal guard were also mind wiped by her. We don't know necessarily, and she was used at
You could
the
make
castle.
us forget everything.
I'd also like to point out that she's been hiding relatively close to the magnate with her husband and has not been caught until now.
That being stated,
Aswandria speaks up and says, "Well, she said she took care to wipe herself from all the memory of the people in the castle."
Oro?
that's why I stated we wait until we get stronger. And people in my family are quite good at tracking people down. So if I might not be able to track it down, once we are ready, I'm sure we would be more than he's capable of.
I still think we should tell the magnate.
I mean, I don't argue with you. We should tell the magnate. That's just, I also don't want to get arrested.
So, just,
We
If
could
we can
send a
get
letter.
a hold, if we can get a hold of Reyna should be able to help us. He'll probably fry our asses afterwards, but I think hopefully I'll be able to talk her into at least help us.
If not, I do know 2 people that are, as I said, my uncle and my father could easily track them down as well, and I feel more comfortable talking to them than I do Reyna at the moment. But until then, we do need to get at least, like I stated, either stronger, or we need to at least be able to calm ourselves down and think things through logically.
Is there a way we could block her mind magic?
I don't know personally, but
I mean, magic fight magic? Question mark?
I'm sure there must be some spells that can, at least, that are powerful enough, if we could find someone powerful enough to do so, could be able to make some of us. I doubt all of us.
Aswandria is going to raise her hand and say, spells like that do exist. It's very, 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 very powerful and hard to cast spell. But I believe what you're looking for is something called Mind Blank.
I don't know if my father or uncle could be able to cast that, but if it's something that's powerful enough, it's worthy of getting a shot. That sounds like it might be able to help, though.
So Andrea is going to dig through her satchel and say, "Yeah, I can't cast it either, but Corwin gave it to me."
What?
Wait, what?
What?
She is going to pull out a scroll. Alexa, stop.
Thank you.
I was just about to message you. She's going to pull out a scroll. Those of you who are able, who Mind Blink is on your spell list, you'll recognize the spell Mind Blink on it. And she's going to say, "I can't even begin to try and cast something like this."
Stradora,
Present.
your order captain that you came with, you were telling us, was the one that helped Kridori gain her back her memories, right?
Yeah, she healed Corwin of
Could she do the
frostbite.
same to
What kind of what kind of spell did she use to cleanse her?
Be what I know.
Yeah, as you were watching her, she was using very high-level cleric magic. Greater Restoration empowered with additional spell reagents, as needed.
It's a greater restoration. It's high level stuff.
That is something both my parents know. Well, sorry, not both my parents. My dad knows and my uncle.
So, to be rude, why should we trust your dad? Or it feels a little hypocritical that we can't go to the Magnate or Reyna when your dad's helping with the Nighton investigation, and I don't even know this uncle character. Like, do they get a pass because they're related to you? Like, their brains got warped too, so...
But they're not actively trying to arrest him.
We don't know that.
I know.
That's
I mean,
Like,
how-
Amelia. Like, yeah.
That's
I
why I'm
mean,
thinking
maybe-
your order captain would be a better choice.
Winsley's in the capital. I don't have a way to contact Winsley.
I could send a message to my father. He's away from the capital and wouldn't have much connection with them. And as his daughter is involved, he may want to be involved.
I'm just trying to be as possible.
I'm mostly just picking at the fact that you're trying to be all logical and cautious, but apparently have a blind spot when it comes to your relative.
Maybe
Don't
it's
we all?
because
So Andrea is going to nod and say, Mother always said those closest to us could wound us the most. That's why she hugged me extra tight.
I feel wounded from another life.
I'm not sure how to respond to that. Okay, DM question.
Now I miss my mom.
Did my father have any contacts in this area that I would know about, or?
And Fiotar Village, I'm going to roll you a percentage dice, and above 95%, yes. No. And Somar Villa, above 40%, yes. Actually, your father did not like playing the games that came with being nobility. He just wanted to make really amazing outfits for the amazing nobles of Arter Sarai. You did not have any contacts in Somar Villa or Fjortar Village.
Oh, okay. We might have a close friend that we made clothes for.
Could always-
Yay.
Yeah, you would have
Yeah,
had
any contacts.
clients, but not Yeah, not
Like personal. Well,
contacts.
because I just remember, like, apparently, like, my dad was friends with Nighthead before he went revolution on us, but...
Yeah, and use friends with quotation marks as your Glacius wanted your father's, support. In the same way that, you're friends with a politician.
Ah. Of course, I'm too innocent to understand this. So.
Yeah, exactly.
There
Rob, you said
the
something in Stradora, from Stradora's perspective?
I don't remember.
Okay, what were you saying, Anthony?
Sorry, Rob. I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's fine. I just forgot. Oh, I remember. I just mentioned that I don't have any contacts in the region, which technically is a lie, but my contacts are people we can go talk to.
Yeah, I guess we're going with Dodora.
Give it
The other option we have, if we want to try it, we could try going back to Somar and talking to the Kalkin office.
We do need to return.
People there capable of casting these kind of magics.
Yeah, but what do we tell them?
Well, I don't know how familiar you are.
We
with
can't
the Kalkin.
reveal what we learned completely.
The Kalkin is all against using magic for unfit purposes.
Yeah,
Controlling someone, destroying their memory, and basically using it to kidnap royalty is pretty much one of the things that they would not stand for.
but we have to leave out the part about Osandria's curse.
And there's a good chance
Sandra's
she'll
gonna look
bring it
and
up.
say, I'm not Curse. I don't even feel Curse. She's probably lying anyways.
I'm gonna head outside and make sure the horses don't run away.
We're in stage 1 of
mean-
denial. Denial.
Well, no, like, she's got a point. Like, there's... Like, why should we believe her? She's a jerk. Who,
Does Anderson say that?
Oh, is
her entire foe is messing with people's minds.
Does Anderson say that in character?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like when you say
I
that,
am an innocent boy.
when you say that, Asuandra is going to perk up and say, yes! I like that word. She was a jerk.
I taught her the J word.
oh no, we're teaching her swears. We're bad influences.
If anything, we can at least use or have someone, hopefully at the Kalkin, get a hold of either your captain, your squad commander, or someone who's outside of the realm of nobility in this country that might be able to help us.
Wish my mom was here.
Aren't we all wearing the necklaces that block scrying and things?
Only those who need it.
Alexandria, Claw, Alexander, me.
You have an extra one. It is worth noting. It has not been given to anybody. It is presumably...
Kenneth has it.
Yeah, Kenneth's
If-
back.
If we have those, can Danaganya even find us? If we were to tell someone?
She can find the rest of you.
But what if the ones with the necklaces did it and then left?
She could still find the rest of you and use you to get to us.
We could get more.
You got that kind of gold?
Like, just looking at our new rich friend.
Daphne is going to look side to side and say, to be honest, this is a little much for me. I think I'm going to go try and work on my relationship with the up-and-coming lord when we get back to Somar Villa. I just didn't want to take the horse and leave you all stranded out here.
How polite of you.
No, that's understandable.
Daphne is going to put her hand on her chest and say, I'm very polite. Or so I've been told.
She has already paid us.
And she's
I think
made
all
us
the money
more
she
than
had.
enough.
We can't ask much more.
She's going to think for a moment and say, oh, yeah, that was Dad's money. She shrugs. Says, oh, well.
Yeah, she's a rich girl, alright.
If we told the Calkin office, maybe they could get us more to protect us.
Possible?
And then we could tell them the whole truth.
We can't
Oh.
tell them.
The problem
the
with that,
truth.
and that is a good point they brought up, is if in the off chance she was telling the truth about the curse, there's about a 50% chance that they
Not
would either
curse, disease.
Whatever.
The point is that if she wasn't lying, Alessandria, they'll kill you.
50% chance they'll kill her, 50% that they'll try to find a way to cure her.
You know what? 100% of what they don't know won't hurt us.
I left my knuckle on their cart.
What?
Like the same one you showed Corwin?
Yep.
That was
Smart.
Shadora. The fact that me and you think a lot alike like that scares me, and I'm not okay with that.
I get it from my mom.
What's important about your... Why did you leave your thing in the cart?
Because Corwin
She-
saw it.
She told Corwin if she needed to find us to look for the knuckle with scrying.
Well, then we don't have it, so isn't that a mute point?
Yeah,
No,
but it's with
But
Yeah.
then
them.
Aganya has it,
Well, the cart has it.
True, but
which they're using to get to their new home.
I totally understand.
we can scry on the knuckle. It's like how Reyna found Alessandria.
No, yeah, I totally got that. I was just testing you.
Also, Andrea is going to lean over to Stradora, and she's going to whisper and says, Reyna says don't try and explain magic to Ardorians who don't practice with it. Saves you a lot of breath.
Is it a little Chin? I didn't know this.
Is it like a fireball? Seeing fireball? No. That's not in character.
Seeing fireball. Getting their fireball.
At which point, also Andrea is going to speak up. and say,
Water fireball.
Do you guys think, after all these years, Corwin's still evil? She seemed so polite when we last talked to her.
She also didn't remember who she was.
I don't think we know anything about Corwind, really.
I don't know anything about Corwin other than that she used to have frostblight, she lived up north, and has the ability to cast high-level magic and put it in scroll form. Also,
And
she can
fly
survive a
off.
spell duel with Reyna.
Yeah, she can fly her head diviner and live.
And I'll tell you this, Reyna's not a pushover.
Princess, it would be like meeting your father now and saying that you know him because of it. It's not who he really is.
But, I don't know, 16 years can change a person. That being said, the minute she remembered who Danaganya was, she vowed vengeance against her, name, so...
So there's that.
Good, so we have a timeline.
I guess my point is that we have the, as long as the knuckle stays in the cart, we can track the cart. If the cart stays with them, cool. If the cart doesn't, then I don't know what to tell you.
That is to say that they don't find out the knuckle's on there and throw it off on the road somewhere.
That would be worse.
And come back for us.
At least then we'd know what
Hopefully
path
they'd bring
they
the
took.
knuckle. My dad gave that to me. He'll be so mad.
I mean...
What do we do?
We have a couple of options. Unfortunately, none of them are great. Honestly, the best option is your squad commander.
Order, Captain.
We know she can cast this high enough magic to break the mind control or the memory altering.
Yeah, but
The habit attachment.
And doesn't Corwin, like, idolize her or something?
Corwin is very appreciative of the healing that Winsley did.
How long does that appreciation last?
Probably until she remembers she's a demon cultist.
I mean, if anything, we can at least get to the Koken office and have them send a message to your squad captain, and have her meet us in Somar Villa.
We can't stay in Somar Villa that long, though. Remember, Corwin said that the Magnate's men will be there within the day.
Oh, that's a good point. How long has it been?
By the time you guys are able to ride back to Somar Villa, it will be evening.
We could stay here.
So,
Looking around at this house, Daphne is going to cringe and say, well, if you all choose to stay here, I'm going to go stay at the nice Nyatin Manor inside of Somar Villa.
Yeah, let's not forget we have to, I guess, return Lady Daphne back to her.
Oh, we have to return the horses.
That too.
So, it might be worth it to go to the Kalkin.
Oh, one of the horses is
I think-
ours.
I think Winsley can scry.
Who?
My order captain.
But she can't scry on us because we have the
She can
necklace.
scry on the knuckle.
That's okay, but we still need to get a hold of her.
Yeah, so we go to the Kalkin. We leave out the part about Osandria being diseased.
I guess we say we found a lead on a woman who's messing with people's minds. I don't know. This is strange.
I mean,
Right.
couldn't we say that she kidnapped Oro without putting a reason behind it?
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
could
can do
say that.
So
Yeah.
we could just say that we located the magnate's husband and discovered that he was kidnapped.
And this may work favorable in our door and Alulangian relations.
and wouldn't they have questions on how we came about this information?
Didn't you meet Maria in the square?
We did?
Couldn't you have said she mentioned something about her father?
We could say she used her last name, and that got us suspicious. Because how many Oswins are there really?
Yeah.
Honestly, the fact that no one bothered the check is strange.
Well,
I think that has something to do with the mind magic.
Danaganya kind of, wiped her, said she kind of wiped her existence from everybody's, like from the records and from people's minds, right?
But Oro's
Right.
wasn't.
And are you gonna send hordes of knights after your deadbeat husband?
Do you think the
Uh,
magnate
Divorce
would
isn't
do
exactly
that?
a capital offense in order.
But I mean, running. I don't know. Hey, trivia question. Is it?
What are you asking me?
Is divorce a capital offense? in order?
Oh, is divorce a capital offense? You can roll me a history check if, because what's his face? Anderson lived inside the Capitol. You can roll me a history check if you remember anything about the day Oro left. The consort Regan.
Oh, hey,
Regan.
19.
Yeah, 19. It was a pretty big affair. He interrupted a public session of her seeing petitions or listening to petitions. Gave her a long list of the things he didn't like about her, and then left. The magnate was not heard from for a month after that. It was quite the gossip of the capital.
I thought he So player-wise, I thought he just disappeared in the night. I didn't realize. Ooh. he made it a pretty public affair. I think she just really didn't want to see him again.
Okay, that
Right.
plan might not work.
Yeah. It wasn't, it wasn't just disappearing into the night. It was, in front of lots of
In front
people.
of
I don't love
everyone.
you anymore.
Not only do I not love you, here's why I don't love you.
Yeah.
Well, right. So you're not gonna go out and look for him. He didn't go missing.
How did Danaganya get him to do that?
Look,
Mind magic.
mind magic is weird and scary.
Well, that and she made.
Aswandra's
Neil.
gonna raise her hand. She's gonna say, there's a spell, it's called Dominate Person. You can do it and control someone's actions for...
I'm actually surprised you never heard about this. And I can't believe I'm only just remembering this now. Conveniently.
Aswandria pulls out a spell scroll and says, yeah, it's well beyond my ability to cast, but...
Oh my god, she gave you that too?
She's...
Could have used that.
We definitely could have... You know, I'm regretting not
Lord,
picking a
give me
fight with her
strength.
now. I think
What
we
did I
had
get
what it
myself
took to
into?
take her.
Aswandria is going to look over the scroll and say, there's a 1 in 5's chance that I'm even able to pull this off. Do you even know how to do this somatic sigil? She points to a spot on the scroll.
I assume you just wave your hand and it happens. Isn't that how magic
Most
works?
of the magic I do involves channeling Aldora's righteous fury through my sword.
I just pray and heal.
You have to forgive us. We're not.
Or a Dorian.
We're Dorian.
I'm more understanding of the works of magics, but I don't use magics myself.
Yeah. Aswandria is going to shrug and say, well, these scrolls are kind of outside of my skill as a caster. I'd have to try and channel the magic from the scroll properly, and if I mess up something in the process, then it just fades away into ash.
So we'll save them for
Emergencies, get it.
emergencies.
She begins tucking away this scroll. It is at that point the party remembers she got 3 of these.
Oh, what's the third one so I can feel more dread?
It was, and
It was haste.
DM notes changed. Yeah, Aswandria will look at the last one and say, well, this one's a little bit closer to what I'm capable of, but it's still a little bit above my skill. It's a spell called Haste.
That sounds nice.
She nods and says, increase reflexes, and increase speed. Yeah. Arcane quickening. I could probably do this.
Well, I believe in you. Anyways. So what's the plan? We're running out of daylight.
Has anybody able to fix this window when we leave?
Has anyone what?
Anybody fix this window when we leave?
Do we even want to bother fixing the window?
Breaks the window more out of pettiness.
I'm half tempted to just burn
Let's
the
just
house
burn
down.
the house down, says the arson.
Aswandria is going to nod and say, I can fix the window.
If you do want to burn the house down, I can do that.
I
But we
think
could
Burn the
also
house
stay
down.
here for
should
the night.
avoid that.
Like cathartic though.
The window is
Okay.
fixed.
The
I mean-
cathartic stuff can be when we separate Danaganya's head from her body.
Couldn't we just stay here for the night? It's an empty house. And no guards.
Well, Daphne would like to stay in a nicer home, and we need that horse
True.
to at least get back to Somervilla.
Daphne is going to roll her eyes and say, "Fine, I'll spend one night with you." How bad could it be?
Well, here's the issue, actually. If they're gonna be, if the guards are gonna be in Somar by tomorrow, if we stay here tonight, we'll be riding into the horde of them.
We might have to go around them.
But who's to say they aren't already there?
That's a good point you bring up.
That's a very good point you bring up. Why'd you have to be right, damn it?
We're stuck between a rock and a hard place.
You guys are really indecisive.
I say we head back now. We can drop Daphne off, talk to the Kelkin about getting a message to your order captain. Tell her to meet us back here at Firtar. We'll ride back. It's going to be late, but we can ride back and stay here after.
Okay.
Daphne is going to raise her hand and say, "I was privy to everything. If you'd like, I can ride back to Somar Villa and relay the information to the Kelkin."
But it's our job to guard you.
Yes.
She is going to shrug and say, "To be honest with what you're getting involved with, it might be safer if I wasn't around you."
You know, she's got a point.
That's fair.
Well, then how's that?
No, nothing personal, honey, but you might be the danger.
Then
No
how's
offense
this?
taken.
I feel the urge to wink.
You all, me, Stradora, will take Daphne back. We'll talk to the Kelkin, get the message out, and then we'll ride back to ourselves. We can't be scryed on, so they can't follow us. And the rest of you can stay here and stay safe.
Separate me from my princess crush. Why is every action taking me away from her?
No, this is like...
So that way we're fulfilling our obligation of protecting Daphne, or of guarding Daphne. Daphne. I can't say her damn
Daphne, yeah.
Are you sure it's not just
Rhymes
Daphne?
with caffeine.
It might be Daphne, but
It's spelled Daphne.
every time I say Daphne, my brain is like, nope. So that's why I think it's Daphne.
I'm pretty
Because
sure
I remember
it's Daphne.
Ryan correcting me.
So, non-scried
We'll go with
crew
Daphne.
will escort her back to town and then ride back.
And the rest of us stay here?
And the rest of you stay here, out of sight, out of the way.
Right, yeah, we got this.
We can definitely stay in.
How many of us do you think can fit on one horse?
2.
Yeah,
Three,
just a
and
hunch.
One of us is very tiny.
I've been told I have quite the slim figure.
Because I was gonna.
Well,
I don't
you
wanna-
guys borrowed 3 horses from the Kelkin, so you could just return all 3 horses.
Yeah, but if there's an issue and they need to run, I want them to have enough horses for everyone to get away.
We'll take 2 and then ride 2 back.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
but-
debating. If me, Stradora, and Daphne should take 1 and leave 3 with them.
Take 2. We'll have 2.
Okay.
What are you counting me out of this? Like, I'm part of the non-scried crew.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am. I was in the cart, remember?
Are you
You
wearing
don't
one
have
of
the
the
necklace?
necklaces? Yeah, they're talking about the
No.
necklace.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't
Oh.
be scryed on
I-
by, like, Reyna, but what's her face there can still scry you. She said this house is warded from scry.
Danaganya could still
Danaganya.
scry on you.
It is.
So the house is safe for you guys to be in. She can't scry on you there.
So maybe we should be having this conversation inside the house.
It is happening inside.
Are we
the house, I'm
not?
assuming.
Are we? Okay, I thought we
Yes.
went outside with the horses.
No, I
No,
thought
that
we were
was-
or in
that
the house
was-
that we broke into
I
and
just
haven't
remember
left
you
yet.
went outside.
Yeah. The window has been fixed.
So we have to
Gonna
re-break
have
it
to
to
break
leave.
it. Get back out.
I
Or
mean,
we
I
could
think we
just
can just
try the door.
unlock it from the inside.
Not if it's still magically locked.
Is it magically locked or is it just magically reinforced? There's a difference.
It's up to you to determine.
I mean, me with my
Asu Andrea's,
vast amount of knowledge.
yeah, I was gonna
magic.
say, Asu Andrea's
I
I
assessment of
choose
this
to
door
hit it.
may or may not have been.
Oh yeah, Claw's outside with the horses.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, we can also take Claw with us, so that way.
2 and
Exactly
2.
what we just saying. Like we had a spare amulet. Give it to Claw and be on your way.
Claw has an amulet.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Claw and Stradora are the ones that have the ambulance on right now.
Alright, I'm going to push you guys to a decision. So the decision is to
I
send,
think we came to one.
yeah, Claw, Stradora, Alexander, and Daphne back to Somar Villa, inform the Kalkin of what's happening, and then ride back for the night.
We'll have them send a message to Stradora's squad captain.
Order
to have them
captain.
come. Order captain.
Sugar Mama.
Come to Fatar Hamlet.
Alright. You are able to mount up and start to do so. Alright. Meanwhile, as they're riding off, does anybody inside the house want to do anything else?
I mean,
I'll look around the house a bit.
did they have any nice
See.
clothes? Something to spruce up.
I want to take a detect magic and just kind of go through the house, checking things.
Looking for other magical shit.
Yeah,
So
pretty
we should
much.
avoid lighting any lights because people just all leave and no one should be here.
Yeah, as far as like magical goods, this area, or this has been completely cleaned out. Kenneth, if you want, you can roll me an investigation check. Otherwise, you don't find anything over and beyond what Anderson found. And then I think I'm going to handle the rest of the party. The other half of the party, on the road. As you guys are riding, when you get close to Somar Villa, I think I said it's like a 2-hour ride or so. As you get close to Somar Villa, you are going to come across a woman whistling.
Oh no.
Concern.
She is on the road walking towards Fiertar. And as she sees you, as she sees the lot of you riding, she's going to flag you down, waving a hand in the distance, and call out, "Princess, is that you? Princess Stradora!" She
Oh, thank goodness.
waves a hand. As you slow,
Throw in.
she's going to smile a big toothy smile at you and say, "Did you find her? I was going to head to Somar Villa, and perhaps if you lot are just children, it shouldn't be on you to do something like this. Yeah, I'll spare you the details."
I feel confused by that whole sentence.
You can roll me an insight check.
She tends to do very bloody things.
No. Nope. See, Corwin's super trustworthy.
Yeah. Claw, you're gonna pick up on what she's saying. She's definitely going to Firtar village to kill Donaganya. And, you know, she wouldn't ask that of kids.
Well, you're not. I know you're
Patagonia
gonna.
isn't there anymore.
Shoot! Did I miss her sleep while I was sleeping?
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
You know, I thought to myself, I've said, Corwin, you should teleport there. But you never seen it before. Could end up anywhere on the Astral Sea. But, I just thought maybe I'd need the spell slot. Okay. Well, dagnabbit, that just ruins my whole night. Anyways, what are you doing heading back to the city? Where's the other princess?
We're taking Daphne to the Nyatin Manor.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to look up at Daphne and say, "Huh. Oh yeah, you were with them earlier. You guys just keep growing, don't you?"
It's only been a day.
Well, we'll be shrinking, sadly. Daphne won't be traveling with us anymore, hence the, dropping off.
She's engaged with the Lord, and she wants to get to know him a little bit better on a personal level.
Corwin is going to nod and say, well, in any case, I guess I'll head there and see if I can poke around and find any clues to where they might be heading next.
If it helps any, I think they were heading northeast out of town.
Character, are you lying or are you just misremembering?
Oh no, I'm purposely lying.
Roll me a deception check.
1 second. Oh crap! Sorry, things are getting pressed.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Believe in
That should
yourself.
go well.
No.
Ooh, that is. Ooh.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. This
You're
is
gonna
gonna
lie
be bad.
like that in front of my good friend Corwin.
Like, why would you do that, man?
Um,
He's helped us so much.
Corwin's gaze is going to narrow in on Alexander, and she's going to say, "Okay, I'll admit, I am going to kill her, but I am rightly justified to do so. That said, if you saw her and you know where she's going, you don't have to lie to me. You could tell me and we could continue to be friends."
Well, Corwin, the problem is that, they have a daughter.
Corwin is going to nod and say, "Yes, I remember. She's my daughter."
God damn it.
I'll be muted over here.
Well, okay.
She's gonna be singing for the next hour.
Because we're worried there might be collateral, and poor Maria is innocent in all of this, and so is Oro. I think.
I don't think you have to cite that when we. By the way, I think it was actually determined by Willow that is in fact her sister, not Corwin's
That
daughter.
is
Also, the
my
insight is
sister.
sort of like, I don't know. Corwin probably believes it.
Probably.
What
but
the
she also-
insight is checking for is how much through the teeth is it that she needs her, and how much do she actually believe that it is actually her daughter?
Like, she's saying that to get
Away
us
from
sympathy
my
points, or...
sister.
Okay, yeah. So, like, inciting that on, how much does she believe that's her daughter? Daughter's such a loose term here. Corwin likes kids. Like, just as she's taking kind of a paternal bond to you all, it might not actually be her daughter, but she might care for her. To what extent, not really certain, but yeah, you're able to pick that up.
I mean, like, she does care, it's just like she didn't mean...
Well, she's already spoken for, so back off.
Mhm.
We don't know where they're going.
But we know where they're headed.
That I can say for certain. We don't have any idea.
Yeah, we don't. We know that they left. We don't know where they might hide.
Corwin is going to take a step back. Pat your horse and say, "Very well then. I guess I'll still go look for clues. You all enjoy your night and be safe inside Somar Villa. Like I said, the place is crawling."
I'm conflicted because I don't entirely want her to go to Feartar because that's where everybody else is. But I don't know how to. The only way I know how to get her to not go there is to sick her on Tanakanya.
I say do it. Sick her.
And then I have to fight Corwin for Maria.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
One problem at a time.
Like, listen, we have enough.
The character, I think, will be able to get more help having people help us fight a daughter of Genthel than just some crazy mind bitch.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, okay.
So, cool if I blab.
Yeah.
Just try and make sure she doesn't kill her.
Try to convince her to at least to care most about having minimum collateral damage.
It'll be minimal collateral damage, except for the paint job. It'll be painting the whole
Ask for
town.
Oro and Maria's payment.
Oh, Corwin, you don't have to go to the village. You remember those knuckles they showed you?
She's going to nod and say, "Yes, the ones on which if I ever wanted to find you." She's going to, like, brushing in. It's like, besides, I haven't even scribed on them. I'm not stalking you or anything. This is just wonderful coincidence, princess.
Well, that's the thing. I don't have them anymore. They're in Danaganya's cart.
That toothy, like, smile is going to, like, slowly grow on her face again. She,
This was a mistake.
I
gets
Probably.
excited.
We only ask that you make sure that the other two individuals for both Asu's sake and some other individuals' sake, that the other individuals in the cart remain unharmed. I try and at least keep them safe as possible.
She's,
She took Oro's memories away like she took yours.
He's as much a victim of this as you are.
she's going to think for a moment and say, "I was in a dungeon, and Oro sicked her on me. I don't know what I did, but that's not how you treat a prisoner."
It's not.
I make no
but
promises for him.
Ooh.
If you want to bring him to justice, he needs his mind back so he can answer properly for his crimes.
And it's not-
She didn't modify his memories before then to make it seem like he was sicking her on you.
When you say that word, justice, Corwin shivers. And she's going to say, oof, that sent a chill down my spine. Was I a criminal? I don't feel like I was. And she's going to shrug and say, alright. Your little swordsman will get off this time. I have my eyes set on that woman.
Cool.
Oh, I've got to set up somewhere in Scry. This is going to be fun.
Well, if you happen to need any help sending that woman to the bridge, you know where to find me. But we have to go get Daphne home.
Yeah, I feel like that would be all she would say. She's going to wave as you guys start trotting down the path.
This was a terrible mistake.
No mistakes were made.
Just riding the horse. Just looking through Dora's eyes like, what have I done?
As we get out of earshot
I got
of
her
her,
away, but at what cost?
as we get out of earshot of her, I'm just gonna look over at Shadora and say, I'm sorry. I was never really good at lying.
It's fine.
You didn't have to tell her about the knuckles. You could have just told her the direction they went in.
I figured that if we couldn't give her any hard proof, she'd go to the Hamlet, and that meant running into the rest of them.
Yeah, we need to get going fast.
Alright, you guys can ride with haste back into the city. It is nightfall, and heading into Somar Villa. You guys are going to come in on the west side of town. Everybody on the roads are being stopped. There's about a dozen men here in small half plate, or rather chainmail armor. And they are wielding spears. One with a torch is going and talking to everybody riding into the town, stopping, looking at caravans. You guys are going to pull up. Pull up. It's not a car.
Pull up!
You guys are going to ride up behind a caravan that is about 3 wagons long. The caravan itself is being pulled by creatures that tickle your guys' imagination.
That's a
It is
Are
not.
they Threstles?
No, they are not beast of burden. However, they are large monstrosities of sorts.
They're
Can I roll
like
a
Dark and Veil mounts?
Possibly. Just like what you can see of them as they are pulling these wagons. They're, growling. Whoever is steering the wagon is being, very gentle with these, even just trotting your horse a little bit off the road to see in front of you. You guys can give me a nature check on what this thing is, but it is hunched over, and it is moving forward it is moving full. It's as big as a bear, but it's moving with like a predatory walk, pulling these carts.
Oh my god, is it an
like-
owl bear?
Stradora is going to recognize it as an owlbear, but it's moving like a predatory cat almost. Claw, looking at this thing, you have never seen one of these before. It's got, this muscular body, feathery arms.
Memorize it. Transform
It's got a beak for.
I'm not a druid, Jackal!
Also, you can't turn
Yeah,
it out.
owlbears are
Puppies.
monstrosities. On the cart above that, it appears that two winter wolves are pulling it. Or rather, wolves powdering snow as they walk. That said, the cart shakes, squawks, and sounds with other things. The guards are stopping everybody, and there's probably a line of 1d10. 8 caravans and people, groups of people entering Somar Villa in front of you as you approach the western edge of town. I'm going to roll every 2 minutes. One of these people shuffle forward.
Bet you I could wrestle that owl bear.
I'm curious why somebody with so many exotic creatures is here. Although, my dad mentioned about somebody being an exotic pet stealer. Maybe that might be them.
So, add a character, and Adelia deals in that, doesn't she?
In creatures, yes, she does. Livestock
weird,
is how
like-
she makes one of her
like-
livings.
Like, they have, like, I want to say it's primarily dark and veil stuff, but, like, an owlbear feels up her alley.
Yeah, she likes all types of creatures.
Technically, it's a contact, but I don't know if I'd know that as Stradora.
Mhm.
So the guards are checking everyone in. That's not great.
Mm-mm.
We're not, like, recognizable.
Are we?
You're not.
Are you here, Jackal?
I'm not. I'm wondering, you
Then
know.
he's not recognizable. Like John Cena, you can't see him.
Brandon, are there any guards that I would recognize?
Are there any guards that you would recognize? Roll me a perception check.
Why am my rolls so shit tonight?
Just trotting your horse off the road again, looking at what's going on, and then getting back into line. You don't recognize anybody, but it's too far and it's too dark to really make out anyone.
Taking a casual look around, do I see any face I recognize? Just a slow, casual look.
No, you do not.
Okay.
Again, a perception check. You could try and perceive, any of these like guards, going about their business who aren't expecting the caravan or anything like that.
Alright.
Trying to see if anybody you recognize. You are going to see. These aren't just guards and soldiers here. Among the people, or among the of the four that are going and inspecting, horses and people coming in, there is a person in full plate wearing a tabard of the Bertolfs. You can assume it is one of the magnate's knights. As to which one, you're not sure. I'm not going to make you guys roll for this. presumably, if they have contacts within the castle and Reyna relayed any information, they would know to look for Alexander or Stradora or Claw. Not Daphne, though. Or Daphne.
No, we drop her off. You drop her off here, and you go.
Claw will
Close enough.
Claw will look towards the look back towards them and I try and be quiet about relaying one of the Bertolf Knight is there.
Well, what do we do? If we just start running off, that's gonna cause suspicion.
Could we cause a distraction somehow?
Is that owlbear caravan still nearby?
It's in front of you. As Stradora starts eyeballing the owlbear caravan, Daphne is going to just like look back at you and say, "You can see why I'm deciding to stay at the Niatin Manor instead."
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I don't blame you one bit.
I pray she's got Does she get invisibility at level 2?
What? Are you kidding?
No.
Probably at level 3.
Level 3,
Mhm.
yeah. Well. Yeah. At that, Daphne is going to, touch, Stradora's arm and say, be, guided by our ancestors of fire, but in any case, try not to get our, horses mauled in the process. She gives Stradora a bardic inspiration die.
How do I want to do this? Can I crawl underneath the caravan?
If you want.
If I go and just smack the owlbear in the ass, everybody's gonna see me.
Yeah.
And I don't have ranged weapons.
Daphne, can you cast any spells or anything like that to set it off?
She's going to whisper back and say, not without being noticed or aggressing it onto myself.
Did I only see one night of the... With that perception, would I know... Could I see any other knights that would possibly recognize any of us or be closely related to it?
You only saw one night.
If we don't come up with a better plan, I'm gonna go under those caravans and I'm going to make that owlbear angry.
If you want, I can do it. I can do it from a reach.
Roll me a... I'm gonna give you guys this too for free. You can go with that plan, but also go ahead and roll me a intelligence check.
Each of us?
Sure. I was just gonna say one of you, but that's fine.
My rolls are shit. What the fuck?
Alright.
Hey, you did better than me!
That's fine. That's perfectly fine. All right, so we're setting off the owlbear.
No.
No, we're setting off the owlbear. We're too dumb to think that it's dumb.
No, because Claw actually is deciding to get the guard's attention himself.
No, you're setting up the Albert.
Can y'all not just wear a cloak and have Daphne introduce you as her guards?
We don't have.
You don't
I
have
am
anything
in
you could cover.
full. I am in
Two-
chainmail with Sunyith and emblems everywhere.
That's your own fault.
All right, you guys are halfway through this line.
Claw is going to go ahead and get off one of the horse. Or whatever horse he was riding on.
Okay. Do you walk forward through the line?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And you're walking up to the knight.
Yes.
All right. You are going to see her. She is wearing the chainmail and has a warhammer at her waist and a short sword on the other side. She's and a spear on her back. She's talking to 3 caravans up to you. And let's see, does this guy have a big load or a small load? Small. He's just coming in with a small little wagon. And she's going to gesture, signaling towards the 12 guards closer to the road and say, "Enjoy your stay in Somar Villa." As you approach her, she's going to raise a hand and say, "Halt, citizen! Please just wait in line. We're getting through as many as we can. The princess is missing and we're looking for Lord Esterai."
Yes.
She's going to wave her hand and then 2 fingers forward. 6 of the guards are going to start coming forward. They're about 40 feet away from you. She is going to step forward and say, "On orders from the head diviner of Zenith Rise, I'm afraid you're under arrest."
Internally, I'm just like, how is this smarter than the owlbear? So, do we make a run for it while he's distracting them, or what?
You could kick the owlbear.
I can go kick the owlbear. I'm gonna go kick the owlbear.
I'm going to say that's going to happen in a minute, like as this is like going on. What's Claw saying?
How are we distributed on these horses?
Say it again.
How are we distributed on these horses?
I'm assuming girls with girls, guys with guys.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say you've got Daphne on your horse, and Alexander is alone waiting in line.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't just abandoning a horse when I could kick this owlbear. So I'm just gonna be like, hold on tight, keep her steady, stay safe, Daphne.
This is gonna make for quite the. Oh, and she's gone. What's Claw saying?
And he's mostly just going to be stating, "I was just trying to go home, but I understand." And basically talking.
She moves to do that, or as she moves forward to take you into custody. Stradora.
Yes.
Moving around this caravan, it seems that their attention is on Claw, talking to the captain. You're gonna hear, the two drivers of this one furthest back say, you're gonna hear them just kind of talking back and forth and say, did they find who they're looking for? Oh, that's great. Whew, because we were smuggling a lot of illegal stuff into... it's kind of like when you sneak around and you see the reins of, like, the owlbear, like, what's attaching it to the cart. And they don't have, like, a whip to, like, whip this owlbear. Instead, it's like a scratching stick that, like, ruffles its feathers to, like, try and keep it calm. What do you want to do?
Can I take the scratching stick and then smack the owlbear with it?
Sure. I'm gonna roll that they're surprised. So you can give me that. Give me a disarming check with advantage.
What's a disarming check?
It's an athletics check to pry this out of their hands. And then I'm not gonna make you roll for whacking the owlbear. It's stuck. Yeah, so this guy is like looking over. He's got his neck like I don't know the word for stretch, but he's got his like neck stretched up, like looking down at Quan's like, are they? Oh, oof, that's a. Oh! At which point you're able to take it and smack the owlbear. The owlbear does not like being smacked.
I feel like what I should do is throw the stick back at them and run.
Okay.
I like the fact Brandon had this music queued up and ready to go.
No, I've got a whole combat playlist. All right, so you smack the owlbear. The owlbear is going to roar, turning towards you, and it enters initiative. The whole carriage swinging as its harness, as it careens in its harness. It's like that uneasy part of like where the struts are facing forward, and the owlbear is starting to turn to the point where the struts are forcing the carriage to kind of like skid to the point where the carriage now is starting to topple a little bit. The owlbear, I'm going to rule, has disadvantage on initiative because it is restrained. As it begins to turn, though, the winter wolves in front of it are also on the next wagon, are also going to start taking notice of it as it begins to boom and screech. The caravan guards are the caravan drivers are also going to enter initiative as they begin to try and calm down this owlbear.
I'm taking it we're rolling initiative.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me initiative. We'll do this cinematic. All right, Stradora beating the owlbear and the caravan drivers. Oh no, one of the caravan drivers beat you guys for initiative. I'm not rolling their surprise on initiative. I rolled their surprise on the disarming check. All right, and finally, Claw. As these guards start arresting you, there is a disturbance in one of the caravans as an owlbear stands on its hind two legs and begins roaring and screeching and skidding a carriage across the cobblestone road as it tries to turn in a way it wasn't meant to. The knight and the guards enter initiative. You are allowed to do whatever you want. That said, let me roll one last initiative die. I'm gonna put the knights and the guards on.
That's so confusing. Oh, you're rolling with initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Or you're rolling with advantage. So for some reason it colored it red because one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, it's weird, but it works.
I was like, who rolls a nat 1? Why is
All right.
nat 1 19?
Yeah, I saw them like, wait, what?
I have a plus 18 into initiative. Don't question me. I am the dexterous guy.
Alright. The knight is going to pull the Warhammer. Wait. Actually, I'm sorry. Anderson. You have, or Alexander, you have 1 initiative. A owlbear is toppling a carriage in front of you as it turns to try and attack Stradora. The guards, or the drivers, are trying to get back control of it, and it seems that the guards are taking notice of this caravan. What do you want to do?
Oh, God.
You are mounted.
Mm-hmm. How tipped over is the cart looking?
Probably gonna tip over on the owlbear's turn. Let's see. If it's a degree, 90 degrees is straight up. Okay? So, I want you to think it's at about 75 degrees. Moving towards 60. And once it hits anything lower than 60, gravity's gonna pull it.
Okay. Seems like it might be a dumb idea, but we are already so far into it. Fuck it. I'm going to spend 2 key points activating my Arms of the Astral Self.
Okay.
And I want to get about 10 feet away from the cart and use my arms to try to finish pushing it over.
Alright, just run your horse up next to it and shove.
Yep.
Okay. As you are able to do that, I'm not going to make you roll any check for it, just because this, like, you are speeding up the inevitable. Like, it would be a check to prevent it, but it's just like, yup, just gonna yeet, and gravity takes it over from like a small nudge. All right. The caravan is going to tip over. The covered wagon is you are going to hear the crashing of metal cages and sounds as various creatures inside of it are set free. You see things begin to fly, slither, and crawl out of this caravan. And
I'm going to
go ahead.
Do a head gesture to Daphne, gesturing over to Claw, and I'm going to ride up to Stradora so she can jump on.
You're... Okay, you are able to get half of that gesture in. Before you do, your horse begins just jeering forward wildly, neighing into the night. You can roll me a handle animal check to try and get control of it, but otherwise you are going to go flying past Stradora, and it is going to be a check on her part to jump on. Alright, let's see. You are going to be able to slow this horse down into a graceful gallop. I lied. You're going to be able to take this horse from a frantic sprint to a graceful gallop. You do not slow it down whatsoever. I will not...
As I run by Stradora, I'll have one of the arms stretched out so she can grab onto it.
Okay. Alright. So, where are we at in initiative? That was 20. Okay, the knight in front of Claw is going to look at this going on and say, pull out her warhammer and short sword and start sprinting forward, her cape flying behind her, and say, "Hold Lord Estrai, keep him safe, but don't let him get away. What is the meaning of this?" She goes sprinting towards the caravan. She takes the dash action, which is going to put her in range for the owlbear that is standing on its hind legs. That is the 20 initiative round. 18 is going to be the people trying to calm the owlbear.
I got a 19 on initiative.
Oh, okay, cool. 19. It is
Because I always roll initiative with advantage.
It is Claw's turn.
With that being stated, seeing all this going on was not exactly what he was expecting, but half exactly what he was expecting. He's going to... you know what? He's going to hold his hands up and ready in action for him to defend himself if people get aggressive, but not doing anything else otherwise.
All right. At the 18 round, they try and calm this owlbear. 6. They try and rub its back with the soothing stick, and instead jab it in the side. The owlbear turns to them, screeching a horrible roar. It is starting to agitate the winter wolves. Let's see, what is next? That's the 18, 15. I feel like Strador's at a 17.
Yep.
I'm sorry, it's Strador's turn. Alexander comes riding, galloping by you. He's got his arm out for you. Do you take it?
I'm not a dexterous person, Brandon. I feel like I'm just gonna end up on my ass.
Tell me what you want to do, and I will tell you what to roll. If I make you roll anything.
Brandon, my soul tells me to fight this owlbear to the death. But I'm gonna grab the noodle arm because some dreams aren't allowed to come true.
The soul tells you to fight the owlbear you agitated?
Yeah!
Alright. Okay.
Ronagine Princess versus owlbear. Take your bets now.
Royal Rumble on the
We were
street.
about to get...
Rob, I can tell you right now.
Because everyone's idea was stupid.
I'm trying to decide... Oh, go ahead, Anthony.
No, I'm just saying, I fought an owlbear one-on-one with a level 5 character and was killed.
Well, you're a chump. I'm great. So...
I am trying to decide if I'm going to make you roll an acrobatics check to get on this horse. You know what? Yes, I am.
Of course you are.
Anderson, and you.
It's a 10. I forgot to turn off advantage toggle.
Anderson is going to come riding by, arm out. You're going to clasp it. He is going to swing you around onto this horse. As such, you miss the horse. He drags you. That said, I'm going to allow him to pull you up next turn. This turn, Shadori
Should have fought the owlbear.
is going to take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as she's being dragged by this horse clinging to Anderson. Alright, that's 17.
Damn it,
We already moved 18. 16 is the guards in front of Claw. They're gonna... one's gonna take off his spear, and the other one's gonna look and say, Lord Estride, do you want to go stand closer to the gate? We've got more men there. Or, not gate, but the town, or closer towards the town, further down the road. They kind of point the spears at the raging, owlbear and the agitated winter wolves in front of them. That's their turn. They're all ready to actions. Next, it is that was the 16. So we're on the 15. It's the owlbear's turn. Owlbear is making a claw bite at the knight. At the knight. It is going, as the knight comes dashing at it, it is going to get down off of its hind legs as the carriage tips over, the struts break, bending too far. The owlbear is relatively free, as it is still partially attached to its harness, or partially attached to its reins. It comes down off of its hind legs, bringing one claw at the knight, and then a second claw. The knight dodging both of them, her short sword up, finally before it crashes down with its beak, catching the knight on the shoulder with its bite attack. I'm going to guesstimate and say a owlbear's bite attack is 2d8 plus 4. And then I'll look up its actual damage later. It is going to deal 13 points of piercing damage as it mauls into this this knight's shoulder. Okay, that was the 15. 13 is the last caravan driver. Nat 20. He is going to be able to rip the soothing stick out of the other guard's hand and say, there, Willie. There, Willie, everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. The owlbear starts pushing its head harder into the soothing stick until it lets go of the knight's shoulder. It begins growling, its weight still on top of the knight. He rolled a nat 20 for an animal handling check. Alright, let's see, that's the caravan driver at a 13 and a 6. Daphne is going to whip her horse forward, heading straight past, or heading straight towards Claw and the guards. She's got her hand out the same way as Alexander did. Does Claw take it?
He has his ready action, and I'm gonna roll, just do something internally real quick.
Believe in yourself. D10. That's great. Right in the middle.
Right, no, that's not what I wanted, but I'll take it.
What's Claw doing? I'm going to give you 10 seconds.
Claw is going to be getting up on the, going to take Daphne's hand and get up on the horse.
Same check. It's going to be more difficult because Daphne isn't as strong as Alexander. Give me an acrobatics check.
That might actually be debatable. I'm not strong.
That is not debatable. Alright, she swings you onto the horse. You are going to miss it too. However, because she has such a poor strength modifier, I'm going to roll. She is going to take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as you tug on her arm as she clings to you. And you are going to take... Wow. 1 point of bludgeoning damage also as you are dragged along by this horse. I'm gonna... The guard's readied action was for the owlbear, but they can take reactions at Daphne's horse. 5, 3, 18, and 14. Alright, 2 are going to stab at the horse with the spear. 2 are gonna hit! Why do I do this to myself?
Why did...
Alright, how much HP does a horse have?
Not much.
I know it's not much.
10 points.
I know it's not much. Look, you're unhappy. I'm unhappy about this too. We're just all gonna suffer together, okay? That's one of the things about live storytelling. Hey everybody, welcome to the Ilderon Tales.
You're about to die.
Well, no, but your horse is about to die. About to get decapitated.
Okay. Alright, so the final question I have is how much what would be the bonus to strength for these guards? Basic guard. Sorry, I should have had this. Well, no, I shouldn't have had this up. I didn't know this was the path we're taking. So we land where we land.
You need to have every possibility up.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Oh wow, that this was the path this was gonna go.
Alright, a guard has +1 to its strength. Yeah. It's these two guards are going to land their spears into the back of this horse as it goes flying by. The spear, one finding its mark in its chest and the other finding the mark in its rear. The horse is going to topple to the ground. I'm going to say you guys land 2d20 away. You guys are going to fly off of the horse and land a total of 14 feet away from the guards. So I'm just going to round it up to 15 feet. All right. Yeah. Well, Daphne didn't technically use her action. She's going to turn and cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter in a second level slot on the guards. And they'll make wisdom saves. Fail and fail. All right. She's going to look at Claw and say, "Run!" That is her turn. We're at the top of the initiative round. Who thought we'd get here again? Alexander, you have... Wait, Alexander won initiative, right? Yes. You have Stradora on your horse. Your other horse has been stabbed. It is currently bleeding out on the road. Daphne and Claw are on the cobblestone. They're getting to their feet. Well, actually, I'll say Daphne's not prone because she could use her movement to get up. But Claw, give me a acrobatics check of when you fly off the horse, if you roll to your feet or if you land on your face. Claw is prone on the cobblestone. The four guards have turned their attention to approach him. The captain is underneath the weight of the owlbear as it is snarling at her. Or rather, the knight is under the weight of the owlbear as it is snarling at her. The winter wolves have started barking and growling, but they have not betrayed their caravan drivers. What do you want to do?
I look back at Stradora and go, start the next cart, should we?
I'm confused by this sentence.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, brain stopped.
Throw a javelin at the harness, hope it breaks?
No,
You're dragging me!
Run away and leave Claw to his fate.
Also what he said.
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest here. Yeah.
Alright. You guys
I think
run?
he's gonna get like a slap on the wrist.
Well, I don't know if I have a say in this. It's not my turn. I'm just being dragged.
I'll pull Stradora onto the back of the horse.
Okay, I'm going to roll that takes all of your movement. If you get off of the horse, you've got no movement.
Well, I wasn't getting off the horse.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm just telling you of what I'm counting that as. But the horse still has its movement, so you're fine. Stradora is on the horse.
And as we drive, we'll ride keep riding, and as we go... Did I use my action or no?
No, you did not. I took all of your movement for that last one.
Alright. As we ride by the winter wolves...
I think we already did.
Did we ride by the winter wolves?
I'm pretty sure you would have had to pick me up.
No, you would not have. That could potentially happen at the start of this turn. What do you want to do as you ride by them?
I want to use one of my arms to try to release the harness.
Does it have reach, or would you get close enough?
I have reach. I have 10 feet of reach.
Okay. You know what? Are you attacking the harness, or are you trying to unlatch it? Because one would be a sleight of hand check, the other one would be an attack roll, but you would have to deal enough to break it in one go, which is very unlikely.
Let's try the sleight of hand.
Alright, go ahead and give it to me.
Fucking Christ.
Alright.
Shit.
Running by and trying to unlatch this, you're not going to be able to. Like, the hands grab a hold of something